Let me out of here!
Yo! Man, that reverse Tron thing has just got to go. Pardon me a second while I dance this one off. What the heck? Well, hi. The title of this installment is Gone Phishing. Way back in ancient times, somewhere between the birth of the internet and the World Wide Web, there came that service known as electronic email, known more commonly as just plain old email. Not so much unlike two tin cans on a string, early versions of email required that both the sender and the recipient be online at exactly the same time. But now, anyone can send any message to anybody, or a bunch of anybody's, with the click of the mouse. And that's not nearly where it stopped. Email systems continue to develop and improve to this day. For example, to facilitate the sending of a slew of email messages, otherwise known as mass distribution or broadcasting, usually these days, only the bare bones content of the message is used at the beginning, with the rest of the information filled in dynamically from a database. Such on-the-fly customizations occur as each and every email message is sent. Just like those cows that are branded on their way out to the, well, you know, wherever it is that cows go. This means that 20 or 20 bazillion messages can be sent, each looking like a message that was specifically written for you and you and you too. Other improvements include HTML scripting that can be inserted within the body content of the email message. Now, you might be thinking, what does that mean? This means that email programs such as Lookout or Outlook and MakeItMail act like mini web browsers that render mini web pages directly within the email message. Yep, it's the whole danged web page right there squarely inserted into the email message. Okay, by about this time, more crooks started looking at each other and all the rest of this stuff with little light bulbs going off over their heads. This means that any email can look like, well, anything. That is, any web page or any official-looking email that folks may have received in the past. All you gotta do is copy the script out of some official web page somewhere, easy enough to do using ViewSource, then slap it into your handy-dandy email broadcast software and you too can look just like Amazon, eBay, Bank of America, some mega domain service, and on and on and on. All it takes is just a little scripting with a dash of dynamic personalization, then includes some scary notice. Like this one. Dear Mr. Jones, we've detected that your account has been used to perpetuate fraud. Yeah, right. Please click here and log in to verify that you're as honest as the fellow we thought you were. Or please click here if you want to cancel your recent purchase of our $1,800 gift certificate thing. All you need to do is just verify your cancellation by plugging in your Visa numbers again. And bingo! You send out enough of those little buggers and you're not just a wishing, you've gone phishing. That's phishing as in Phishing. Phishing. Why, with enough of these puppies, all specifically designed to elicit an emotional response, followed by a hook, aka the call to action, and you've got yourself a regular fishery. Just like Uncle Ed's old catfish-stocked pond, you'll be reeling them in so fast your boat can hardly stay afloat. Now, remembering that you can squeeze a whole web page into an email message, that official-looking link to click on will usually take you anywhere but your real account's login page. And just like the official-looking appearance of the email, 9 times out of 10, the page you will click to will look exactly like the same page you have seen hundreds of times before. But again, the fraudster has simply copied out the code from the official page and set it up, usually within some poor guy's hacked account or somewhere outside of your own country where any legal action against the culprit would be very tough to achieve. Of course, phishing comes in many different forms. There may not even be a link that they want you to click, but a file to download instead. Now, speaking of which, for example, a PDF file from some mysterious source can include all kinds of things that you may not want to be opening up right there on your Mac or PC. If you do, well, there you are, reading through the document you just received, pondering the mystery of it all, using that old PDF reader that you haven't upgraded since Ross Perot was running for office, and all the while, something in the background under your very nose is installing something else called a virus payload on your hard drive. Right there while you're reading, while you're in the process of trying to make sense of that thing. Okay, now here's a good one. On the other hand, that email could be a simple heart-tugging plea from Madam Zelda, who just lost her husband and now desperately needs your assistance.
Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you.
That is your kindly assistance to move her dearly departed's fortune out of her country before the junta moves in and takes it all. The only thing she needs you to do is to receive her check for 65,000 smackaroos and deposit it in your bank, and that's all. Then just send Madam Zelda a tiny little money order for a fraction of that amount, let's say $6,000, so she can afford to make her way out of her troubled country and onto your green and peaceful shores. Then you two can, divide it up later. She'd be very grateful if you did that. No. She'd be very grateful if you did that. If you've taken my meaning. And besides being grateful, she's very pretty too. That is from the looks of the photo she sent you a while back. So, hacha, what a deal. Of course, no problem. You're a good guy and you'll give her a hand and all. Then later, if something happened to her, you'd be sad. But then you'd also have a profit of a whopping 59 grand and, well, that'd make you happy again. So out goes your $6,000 money order, and hey, here's another $500 to go with it. What the heck? But, like my pappy used to say, that dog don't bark if it's too good to be true, then there's a smell that comes floating out of Skunksville. Of course, my pappy used to mix metaphors down at the Jokery for a living. Anyway, 2 weeks later, as it so happens, you get that letter from your bank stating that Madam Zelda's check, although initially confirmed to be good, has now come back to your bank from Zim faraway Nova Scotia with a little stamp on it that reads, "Funds unavailable." What? And as a result, your bank account is now overdrawn to the tune of $12,489.99, i.e. the amount that was withdrawn against the $65,000 worth of fish bait, brought to you courtesy of Madam Zelda.
This is starting to irritate me.
So, the moral of the story is, if you happen to believe, most everything that you read, sure, go ahead and believe that Bill Clinton fathered an alien baby, or Elvis never actually left the building, or that Geraldo guy is really actually some sort of news journalist. Sure, all that stuff may be true, who knows? But when it comes to the wonderful world of email, especially those messages that come out of the blue, ask yourself this. What are they trying to get me to do, and why? Then trash that little sucker and call it another blessed day. Yep, just clickety-click delete and blissfully blast those binary bits back to Bongo land. But if you're really concerned, just open up your trusty web browser and log into the page that you know is your good old familiar login page at eBay, Amazon, your local bank, etc. Check it out for yourself, independently of any interaction with any received email. Point is, don't click the links in that email message for gosh sakes. Just type in the address in your browser. Even call your service or financial institution if you can. They'll be glad to hear from you, and they'll be especially glad that another of their valued customers is being smart and phishing savvy. There now, don't you feel better?
Delicious.
As one pointy-eared fella once said, live long and prosper. Well, at least you'll have a better chance of doing both those things, provided that you absolutely, positively, without a doubt, in every which way, refuse to be phished. This is Stratus Rollin for LinkSkyHosting.com.